Good morning, metalheads of the internet, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Metal Meltdown. Today we are talking about the latest studio album from Defeated Sanity entitled Chronicles of Lunacy. This is the 7th full-length studio album from this German technical and brutal death metal crew. I've gotten quite a few comments from quite a few of y'all asking about this album, this band, quite a few emails and DMs and messages on Discord and shit like that, and that's fine. I'm not mad. It's all good. I get it. You want to talk about this album? You want to talk about this band? That's fine. I want to as well. Defeated Sanity is cool as hell. They're like a nerdy-ass, nerdy death metal band for people who aren't nerdy-ass nerds. No disrespect to my nerdy-ass nerds out there. Like, they've got those super technical chops, and, you know, the music is very intricate, and it can be quite wild and jagged and even avant-garde, you know, a lot of crazy progressions and crazy fills, you know, a lot of like jazz influence, like deep underneath the skin of Defeated Sanity, you know? And sometimes it's not even quite that deep. Sometimes it really is right there on the surface. But also, this isn't some artsy-fartsy gobbledygook, nor is it a super technical pissing contest, you know? At the core, it's still very much a brutal death metal record, pulling influence from Cannibal Corpse, Suffocation, Brodequin, Devourment, you know? You got those chuggy slammy parts, you've got those guttural vocals, you've got those super muddy guitar riffs. And it's violent and explosive and mean and totally in your face. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could sit down, you know, in your home with the lights turned down low, drink some wine or brandy and really appreciate the technical flavors and all the different twists and turns. But also, you could just go to a bar and jam this thing and headbang your little fucking face off and then just drink beer and it's fine. It suits both moods and both environments. I personally came to know Defeated Sanity through the release of their previous two albums, the double whammy of Disposal of the Dead and Armada, released back in 2016, and also the Sanguinary Impetus, released back in 2020, both of which I've thoroughly enjoyed, and if you're anything like me, guess what? You're gonna thoroughly enjoy this new album, Chronicles of Lunacy, as well. Honestly, I feel like we're picking up exactly where the Sanguinary Impetus left off. Colin Marston behind the scenes has been given a little bit more to do, more freedom and room to expand and push Defeated Sanity's sonic horizons. The result is something that does have a lot more depth and body, something that does feel more expansive. It allows more breathing room for some of the most technical and jazzy and progressive elements to kind of like foam and bubble up to the surface. Like, the focus is still very much on this skull-crushing, neck-snapping, death metal brutality, you know? Plenty of gross, gnarly gutturals and bulldozing riffs and towering walls of noise galore here. You've got the opening number, Amputations Dr, which wastes absolutely no time whatsoever. It is an immediate, heavy, hard-hitting, fast-paced death metal bruiser. A lot of like classic underground mid-90s brutal death metal influence on full display right away, particularly with these bulldozing riffs and drums. But the band does a great job at kind of weaving in like more jazzy, technical, progressive stuff kind of in between all of this old school death metal battering. And the result is like a sheep in wolf's clothing, honestly, or maybe more like a wolf in worse wolves' clothing, like a werewolf, or maybe some kind of like nightmare creature that like resembles a wolf. Like I don't know, like the bear from Annihilation, but like if it were a wolf. The point is, what starts off as a very effective but arguably predictable kind of death metal number gets a lot meaner and a lot more intelligent and has a lot more going on, and it shows all of this off pretty quickly. The following number, Odor of Sanctity, follows a pretty similar blueprint. I love how it's throwing in some really stinky-ass fucking old-school death metal grooves and beatdowns and slammy bits in between these more bombastic barrages, and also while throwing in all these technical flows. It's punishing, it's powerful, it's just really fucking cool. Then there's Accelerating the Rot, which honestly goes back and forth between a variety of displays of bass, guitar, and percussive wizardry, you know? It has an almost schizophrenic, manic kind of flow and feel to it. Right around the 2-minute mark especially, there is an explosion of technical, over-the-top insanity, you know? Tons of jazzy fills and hyper-fast, technical, almost mathcore rhythmic changes. The hyper-frantic guitar noodling and bass interplay, coupled with these jazzy fills, also brings to mind, like, some, like, early to mid-90s progressive death metal, like the kind of stuff that Atheist or Death would have done back in the day. And its transition then into some stewy, muscular, slow-paced death metal is extremely satisfying. My favorite stuff on the record, though, would be found within the double whammy back-to-back combo meal that is A Patriarchy Perverse and Condemned to a Vascular Famine. With the former track doing a great job at building some genuine atmosphere, thanks to a variety of different movements and riffs. You know, you have some more complex tech death arrangements kind of sandwiched in between sluggish grooves and classic old-school death metal brutality, plus also some spoken word kind of samples, and also this very cold, ominous, simplistic synthesizer closing out the track, transitioning into the latter cut, and that also displays some more technical, progressive wizardry and some more complex, nuanced riffs and melodies and arrangements, all while still giving you some of the beefiest and juiciest breakdowns and beatdowns on the entire record. Now, it's maybe fair to argue, especially if you want to be a nitpicky, fun-hating cynic, that Defeated Sanity aren't doing anything totally brand new on this thing, and maybe as a result, you're a little bored by this. And I guess there's, like, some validity to that, but what Defeated Sanity may lack in totally brand new tricks up their sleeve is a variety of great tricks that you already know and love being combined into something exciting and thrilling and something that is just fresh and varied enough to maintain a lot of energy and hype and momentum. I personally really enjoyed it all the way through from start to finish. I'm feeling a very enthusiastic 3.5 out of 5, leaning heavily towards a 4. If I were a little bit more blown away, maybe then I'd be feeling a 4. I also wouldn't mind a slightly different kind of like drum tone. I'm not really huge on that super snappy snare, and I think sometimes cymbals are a little high in the mix and it kind of sounds like somebody constantly ringing a bell. But hey, I enjoyed the record. I had a lot of fun. It's smart, it's heavy, it's stupidly heavy and smart at the same time. It does what you want a Defeated Sanity record in this day and age to do. I think fans will be very happy. I think if you're looking for kind of a cool gateway into technical, brutal death metal, this is awesome because you're getting a little bit of both. And I mean, hey, I guess if you want to pretend that you're really smart and really cultured and, ooh, look at me, I'm so educated and sophisticated, but you just want to listen to some crushing death metal, hey, there you go. Works fine for that too. I wouldn't go to a jazz bar or some kind of vinyl listening lounge and throw this on, but hey, if you got a couple of other smart-ish metalhead friends and you want to feel smart-ish for a night, but you still also want to eat pizza and drink beer, boom, there you go. And that is it for the Metal Meltdown. I am not an expert, nor do I claim to be, contrary to very popular belief, unfortunately. So what do you think? Do you like this record? Do you not like this record? And what do you want to hear from me next? And thank you for watching. Make sure you press subscribe, boom, check out these other videos, join us on Discord, and as always, you have yourself a fantastic fucking day.